Since this is Paulogia Live and ostensibly my name, Paulogia, is in the title, sometimes I get to start on a few self-indulgent bits of things that just bring me joy before we get into the deep God-discussing areas of life. I have a couple of those for you today. The first one comes from a friend of mine from my Lucasfilm days, and his name was Steve Sansweet. Some of you who are hardcore Star Wars fans may know the name Steve Sansweet. He's written quite a few books on Star Wars. He was Star Wars fan liaison, official Lucasfilm fan liaison for many years, and he has the world record for the largest private Star Wars collection. Rancho Obi-Wan, look that up. I believe Rancho Obi-Wan even has a YouTube channel. It's amazing. I miss going to his museum of Star Wars stuff when I lived in Northern California. It's amazing. All that said, Steve Sansweet on Facebook sent me a note with virtually no context and just said, "Hey, Paul, you were on national TV last night." And so that's weird because I don't live in America anymore. Why am I on national TV in America? Well, let's take a look at the clip. And I'm going to keep talking through the clip, pausing briefly, because I'm actually kind of hoping to keep this stream monetized. But let's see why Apology was on national TV.
One of the biggest challenges with doing a Star Wars film is that everything in the movie has to be designed. Everything from the forks and the tables, the costumes.
So that's my old boss, George Lucas, chatting about prequels.
Because every little minute detail has to be thought through.
My name is Freddie Goldsat, and I am the senior visual designer here at Lucasfilm in the Creature Penis Workshop.
The Creature Penis Workshop? What am I watching now? So those of you who didn't recognize him, that was late night host / comedian James Corbin, who I'm not super familiar with. Okay.
Creating creature you see in Star Wars, I designed their penis.
So I will say, James Corbin, I used to work on the DVD extra materials as well as my other work. Definitely nailed the old school Lucasfilm vibe on documentaries. Well done.
I've been designing creature penises for Star Wars for over 14 years now. To the point where when I close my eyes, it's all I can see. There's Admiral Akbar's penis. There's Greedo's. Oh, there's Watto's. Most of my design,
I'm ever so proud.
it's never actually made it into the final films because they really just served as a reference point for George. You know, whenever he created a new character, he needed to know everything about them. What is that?
That is false. Actually, George didn't care about any background stuff about any of the characters. He cared about most of the time he didn't care.
Home world. What is their political affiliation? How do they communicate? What does their penis look like?
And that's difficult.
Hope God this engineer is watching, because that's some whale penis level action.
A part of designing for a film is to create a kind of immaculate reality.
It was always nerve-wracking whenever I had to present my designs to him for approval.
What the hell? There is Paul, me, circa, I want to say like 2001. I'm attending an art department meeting. If I remember correctly, this was a meeting about one of the things that was being discussed in this particular day was Dexter Jettster. Those of you who remember in episode 2 when Obi-Wan had his side mission to go like figure out who was trying to assassinate Padme. He went to that 50s diner and, we did the anyway, what you see on the table here blurred out are not penises, but those were like head maquettes. Like literally they would carve in clay, soft clay, different head shapes that George could choose and pick from. And there, for some reason, I'm there. James Corbin, his special effects crew put him right beside me. We're having a little moment. Apparently I'm looking at him. Shannon and others also suggested that perhaps he modeled his character's hair after my circa 2001 hair. Possible. possible so that we would all blend in. As you can see, I was still wearing pretty much the same thing that I always wear. Anyway, that was super weird, and I thought I would share that with you guys. Ever so proud to have been on national television to talk about the penises of Star Wars. Not something I ever expected to say.